Saturday night, we've got you with us for Marlins Live, presented by your South Florida Honda dealer. Pleasure to be here as the Pirates and the Marlins battle in Game 2 of this three-game series at Lone Depot Park. Even though, JP, they only got 21 wins on the road all year, and they're 30 under, 500 on the road, but they're giving the Marlins fits. A good ball game last night, and we get set for a game where the Marlins will try to tie up the series with their ace going tomorrow.
Well, it's a big game today, but one thing that I want to really point out is this is September, and this is a lot of guys getting their first crack at the major leagues. So you want that experience, you want those situations, you want the ninth inning with 2 outs, runner on third base like Peyton Henry had last night. You want to have Jesus Sanchez come up with a runner on third base with nobody out, and you're seeing guys fail, and that's how you learn, right? You learn by the failure, you learn by these situations. There is no substitute for experience at the major league level. Edward Cabrera's getting it, De La Cruz, all these young guys are starting to get that experience,
right,
and that's going to help for the future. So you hope that they have all these situations, these close games, where the heart's starting to come out of the chest, where you start to feel a little anxiety, because that's how you get better as your career continues. And that's when the Marlins are in a situation that now we're not talking about ruining people's playoff hopes. They're in the playoffs, and they've been through those situations and those emotions, and now they're ready for them. So it's a fun time to be watching, to watch these young guys kind of really grow up right before your eyes.
Pay me now, cash in later.
100%.
That's what you hope of. A good point. And the Marlins, you're right, they're getting some great experience, and we're certainly seeing some good young talent that you can start saying, I like this guy, I like that, oh, I like that guy too. And that's impressive. Sometimes that doesn't work that way in September. Edward Cabrera is one of those guys. He had a real good first start. He's trying to find himself here, 10 walks so far. Also, the home run ball has hurt him.
Well, Craig, one thing you'll learn is there's a huge difference between AAA and the major leagues. That is a huge jump, and the reason why it's a big jump is because of the consistency of the players that you're facing. They're more mature, they have better approaches. They don't swing at the pitches that you usually would have somebody swing at the AAA level. The strike zone is different at the major league level, and there's a ton of information. So at the major league level, you really, if there's anything you do, the team is going to expose it. So you have to continue to learn and progress at this level. And some guys are quicker, some guys are slower, and it's just part of the process.
All right, here's our Toyota Inside Look, the updated MLB Pipeline Top 100 as far as the Marlin rankings in Major League Baseball. 5 still, which is a big number, of the top 72.
Well, Khalil Watson's having a real good start. He's hitting .394 in the rookie league with 4 stolen bases, a couple doubles, a couple triples. And what I love, more walks than strikeouts. Obviously, we're going to get to watch Edward Cabrera today. I'm excited to see Max Meyer. This guy has got some big-time stuff. In 101 innings this year, he's only given up 84 hits, punched out 113. Everybody knows about Sixto. And J.J. Bleday, he's struggling right now, but this is a proven player at the SEC level. You know these guys will figure it out. He's hitting .212 with 12 homers. He does have 22 doubles and 54 RBIs. So these are guys that little by little are going to be making their way to the big leagues. Khalil Watson obviously a lot further than the other guys, but you're going to get to see Edward Cabrera pitch today. Sixto Sanchez, you know he's having his tough time as far as he got hurt, surgery. He'll be bouncing back, but
expected back for spring training, healthy and ready to go.
Well, and then I hope that they just really learn from that.
Talk about young guys, some pickups here for the Marlins. One in particular is Peyton Henry. Got him in that John Curtis deal, made his debut in the big leagues last night.
Well, he's got a 10 out of 10 beard, I can tell you that, out of the gate. That's something that you're going to pick up. Gets his first knock today off the top of the wall. I told him, I said, hey, listen, you can't be going these bang-bangs for your first hit in the major leagues. You got to make sure it's a sure double. We're laughing about catcher's speed, but it's awesome. It's always nice to get that first hit out of the way. And then he was good behind the plate defensively. We talk about him as a game manager. I talked with Eddie Rodriguez, the catching coach. He said he's going to be really good behind the dish. That's what he's done for a very long time. And then, obviously, you see how the bat progresses. Sometimes some guys surprise you.
He was the Gatorade High School Player of the Year out there in Utah, 6th round pick of the Brewers. As he said, he started his AA season in Biloxi this year, and he made it to the major leagues. It's been a big year for him now, and a new organization. Marlins happy to have him. Now, the Marlins have had Nick Fortes for a while. He was a 4th round pick a few years back, and he'll get his Marlins debut and start today.
Another SEC guy in Nick Fortes out of Ole Miss. I got to actually watch him in college. He can catch, he can hit. He was known for a bat first, but talking to Eddie Rodriguez again today, the catching coach, he was saying that Nick Fortes was in line to win the Gold Glove in the minor leagues. That's how good he was defensively in the minor leagues. He had been making a ton of improvements, huge improvements, and he said metrics. Obviously, they got metrics now for everything, strike stealing, all these different things. They said he was grading off the charts in the minor leagues. So I guess we'll see how it goes tonight.
I don't follow the SEC that closely. Is it known for catching talent at all?
It's just
in
known
the
for
SEC?
it's just known for the best talent. And
JP went to Tennessee.
Yeah, I played in the SEC, but it's known for top to bottom.
No, it's great baseball.
Yeah, so if it's everywhere you look on a Major League Baseball field, Brian Reynolds, who you like very much.
I love Brian Reynolds.
He went to Vanderbilt. So
he's a center fielder.
Everywhere you see, there's somebody from the SEC. The Marlins, Brian Anderson, Garrett Cooper. There's a lot of
those
SEC guys. Yeah, so SEC just has great
Any other
competition.
catchers to speak of over the years?
Brian McCann. Not Brian McCann, James McCann.
James, the Mets
guy, went to Arkansas.
Okay.
And
All right.
there's a few.
Not many. JP Aaron Seaby, you went there.
There's many.
Okay.
Take it easy. Take it easy. Not many. Goodness gracious.
I asked Don Mattingly what he'd like to see and assess from the young catchers, even the guy from the SEC.
I think just seeing them play, seeing how they handle it. Again, I think it was like we talked about yesterday. It's a chance for the organization to see them both. Both guys, I mean, obviously Nick's been in the organization, so we know Nick pretty well. Peyton a little different, so we get a chance to see him and really give them both the chance to get to the big leagues. And just like all the other young guys, give them a taste, let them know, where they kind of. It's going to be hard. It's going to be a short look for those guys, but at least get a feel for the big leagues.
All right, Fortes getting his debut in. Boy, we both last night, we were talking about this game today, watching that San Francisco-Atlanta finish. It was an incredible finish. The Giants continue to play great baseball. The Braves are competitive. And how about this end? Former Marlin Donovan Solano has become a superstar out in San Francisco. Bottom of the ninth, JP.
It seems like Gabe Klapler pulls all the right strings. Huge home run right there for Donovan Solano. I haven't bought in on the Giants. I have to buy in at some point because they just continue to win. I thought they weren't for real. Obviously, I have an eye for talent, Craig, and they are for real. And even this is how good it's going for them. Kevin Gausman, an SEC player, not a big deal. Sack fly for the walk-off win. How crazy is that?
Yeah, Kapler had nobody left on the bench, so he had to go to the pitcher. Former Brave of all things, Gausman, and he hits the fly ball, knock in the run, and then the Rays keep on keeping on. Our partner over on the other side of the state on Bally Sports Sun with that walk-off, Brett Phillips, 7-4 over Detroit. Wow.
I've been bought in on Tampa Bay. That's Trey Hillman's son-in-law right there, going way back. He's probably one of the more fun guys to watch in baseball. A little airplane around the bases and a slam dunk. Why not when you hit a walk-off homer?
And a former Ray yourself. You had a good time over there, you said, playing there.
I did enjoy playing Tampa very much.
All right, more coming up here, just getting going. South Florida Honda dealer look ahead time. We'll tell you some of the stories we'll be talking about. How about a little dishing with Diaz? Lingwin Diaz, a chance to chat with Jessica Blaylock today, get the latest from the Marlins first baseman, and more in the pitching matchup, especially number 79, the 6'5" Dominican Republic right-hander will start against Pittsburgh, his fifth start, first time. Your local South Florida Honda dealer, and by
Yeah, sure.
Holly has not been introduced yet.
I guess it's been going really good up there.
What is it, Paul signing autographs, the same baseball?
This fall. We absolutely love to speak to your Little League about teamwork. You got it, anytime.
All right.
I'll get you my number.
You're on the, I'm going to do my pick. I'm going De La Cruz. We're on, Todd.
Oh, my bad.
We're back.
My bad. Sorry.
You seem to be very popular up there, you two.
We're doing Little League later?
Yeah, this fall. Teamwork.
Works for
Paul
me.
signing autographs. I'm going De La Cruz. We don't have time to go into why. Go ahead, JP. You have time.
I'm going Sanchez. Listen, Platano Power, I need to come up big. You boys are obviously doing very good.
Platano
You're signing
Power.
autographs. You got fan
people.
club out there.
There's people.
Us
They
on
don't
the
have
booth up
plantains.
here, us in the booth, we're struggle busing. We're 30 points behind you guys. So
It might be over. I hate to say it.
not a big deal.
Jessica got pick number 2.
I had
Or
some
3.
shtick planned, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to top the booth. I'll give it a try anyways. Craig, I have a question.
Yes.
You know how when you're playing a game on your iPad and you start losing, so you just hit the game restart button? Or at least that's what I do.
Oh, I don't
Do
that.
we have that option in Pick the Stick? Because if so, I would like to hit the game restart button.
As you know, Paul's had the bylaws for most of the year.
We could
and
reset
then
it
not
to
share them.
June.
All right, we'll run it
go
by
back to June.
Severino
Let's go back
and see
to
what
June.
happens.
Let's go. We want to reset it to June. Sure. We'll reset it to June. I know it's
No,
fine with us.
I would just like to reset it to tonight and see how I do the last.
You're not that
couple
far
weeks.
back.
It's fine. You want to reset
Oh,
to
what
June?
is this?
We'll reset it
Wow.
to June.
It's just that easy.
When Tebow was struggling. 108 points in an afterthought. We were barely on the screen.
You're
at
barely
that
invited
point.
to participate in our segment.
And exactly, nobody wanted us here, and now look at that.
Wow.
These are just the points since. These are not the totals. This is since.
Yeah, but you have two. See, you have an advantage. You have two guys picking every day.
Oh, really?
But we only
and
have
there's
one
47
selection.
different analysts that we've got going through here. 4 different people doing sidelines and 6 hosts. What are you talking about?
This building never burned down. You guys
Wow.
kept coming at us.
We did.
We came together.
Boy, they're
No,
cocky
Craig,
now.
we-
worked
Craig
together.
specifically came at you
Listen,
guys.
people want us doing stuff this fall talking
Sign
about
another
teamwork
baseball.
for crying out loud. We don't know how this has happened.
I
It
think
just
the
did, but
autograph
you know what?
sessions is
we
a
didn't
little
quit
early.
on
Goodness
ourselves.
gracious.
Craig, we told you we were coming for you, and we weren't lying.
Well, you're
You
right.
guys
The
used to be
same-
humble. They
that's
used to
the
be
same-
humble.
They used to be. The same ball keeps coming back.
Appreciate it.
He's not
Appreciate
fooling
it.
Oh,
anybody.
I know, it is the same ball. You guys used to be humble.
It's different balls.
Looks like the same. No,
But
no,
you
for
The best
you.
part is
Wow.
I
All
haven't
right.
even given my selection yet.
Where we got? Yeah, you did.
We have just spiraled out of control. Oh, really?
Oh, well,
All right.
maybe.
We have to move on.
Doesn't matter.
Thank you very
It
much.
says, it says
be
Diaz
time.
for Jess.
Like
All
your
right,
Brothers
manners.
for the booth.
I'm out of here.
That's enough.
I didn't get my
I'm out of here. Lewin, I know we're celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month. You take a lot of pride in being from the Dominican Republic. You also get to play with Brian De La Cruz and Jesus Sanchez, who are also from the DR. How much fun do you guys have playing together?
Bueno, demasiado, la verdad que sí, siempre se siente bien, tú sabes, estar en un equipo junto con más latinos, junto con más...
Yeah, you know, it's a lot of fun just hanging out with the guys. You know, it's awesome with more of the Latin guys. But we're always joking around inside the clubhouse, dugouts, stretching everywhere. We're always having fun, and I'm very proud just to represent everyone.
Since being called back up, 5 of your 8 hits have gone for extra bases. What has that process been like of tapping into your power at the plate?
La verdad que yo creo que se basa toda en la confianza, tú sabes. Al principio sí era un poquito...
Yeah, it was a process of up and downs. When I got called up, the beginning wasn't that good, but you know, it's a process. You got to work it out, and right now it actually feels really good just to have that success.
What are your goals for the final few weeks of the season?
¿Cuáles son tus metas en los últimos días de la temporada?
Bueno, se sabe, terminar fuerte, seguir dando...
Yeah, you know, finish strong, continue hitting extra base hits, home runs, and you know, finish up with a good impression, so I can come back again and you know, continue working hard for the next season.
Thanks so much to you both. Appreciate the time. Craig, back to you.
Thank you, Jessica. Nice job. Thank you, Luis Durani, for the great interpretation, and Lewin Diaz, too. What have you seen from Diaz? What do you want to see? Is there anything in particular next 2 weeks?
Well, he just said that he wants to hit more home runs, drive the ball out of the ballpark. If that's the case, I'm taking you on pick the stick. We need some big-time
Yes.
points. But I just want to see the progression of the confidence, how he said, you know, I'm feeling more confident at the plate, and that's because now he's getting an opportunity. He knows Jesus Aguilar is done for the year, so he knows he's going to be in that lineup every single day. That takes a lot of weight off of your shoulders. He's starting to feel better at the plate. The more at-bats you get, the better you feel. And now he's starting to see the success. Because it's easy to say, oh yeah, I just need at-bats. But if the success doesn't come, you start to doubt yourself because this is a different level. And he's starting to realize, wait a second, I can play at this level. I can hit at this level, because one thing that no one on this planet doubts is defensively, he is a wizard. He is a shortstop at first base who's left-handed. He is really good. But offensively, the question is, and you know this, Craig, with the young guys, can they hit enough to stick in the big leagues? And now he's starting to swing it. He's starting to feel better, more confident, and that's what I want to see, is just more experience and feel better about going into next year.
It takes a while to find out that answer sometimes, too, and some trials and tribulations as well. We're going to look at the matchup coming up. Your South Florida Honda dealer. And
then go into the offseason feeling good about that, because that's the one thing you want to make sure is that he's completely healthy going into the offseason.
Everything looks good, everything sounds good, and Pablo certainly wants to get back out there before season's end.
Have to go through the build-up process. You know, I know we don't have enough time, but if we get to the point that I'm able to go into the offseason knowing that it's just going to be a regular offseason, it's not going to be an offseason with like rehab mode, believing or thinking that spring training 2022 is going to have a question mark at the end. And it's just a matter of like, however it develops, however it goes, just going to the offseason knowing that I'm fully healthy and ready for spring training 2022. If I have to throw a bullpen on that day one, knowing that I will be able to.
All right, good news. As for the starter tonight, the 23-year-old righty from the Dominican Republic will make his 5th Major League start. So far, just 9 strikeouts in 16 in the third compared to big numbers in the minors, but that's the last stat the skipper is worried about.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a lot like Sandy. I think Sandy early on wasn't a lot of strikeouts. But we're not really at that point. I think we're just trying to get him consistent with what he does. You know, helping him make the adjustment to pitching in the big leagues, the differences in AAA and the minor leagues, you know, where he has to get the ball and things like that. I think the strikeouts are going to come with time as he sequences and uses the fastball up and where he wants to go with the slider. He's got 4 good pitches, so this kid's going to get his share of strikeouts. It's just going to be, you know, we got to be a little patient with how he develops.
Well, he does have 4 pitches that are plus. You see him right here, a 4-seam, a changeup, a slider, and a curveball. I do want to see that usage of the fastball go up, Craig. It's only pretty much 36%, but he throws it 97 and 98 miles an hour, and the fastball is what sets up the changeup, the slider, and the curveball. That is something that I think that maybe he's changed a little bit since he's got in the big leagues, giving up a couple home runs. It's easy to get shell-shocked. You pitch away from contact, and that's why you see also the strikeouts down. I do agree with Don Mattingly. The strikeouts will go up, especially once he learns how to use that fastball up in the zone. And that's where Sandy had an issue when he first came up of striking guys out, because he didn't really know how to use the quadrants of the strike zone. Right there is a prime example of that 4-seam up in the zone that we see so much in baseball now, Craig, that guys just cannot hit. And all that does is set up that tunnel, like they like to say, which is you throw your fastball a certain height, and then you throw your off-speed off of that. You throw your slider off of that, your curveball off of the same plane. And that's where, if the usage of fastball's down and all you're seeing is a ton of off-speed, you really don't have anything to contrast your vision with. And so that's why I'd like to see more of those fastballs up in the zone and progress. There's undoubtedly, he's a special arm, he's a special talent. So we'll see what happens.
So you want to see some